Yeah. Hi, h- hi. How's it yours to start your word your describe your typical daily routine outside of classes or of I imagine with all high art routine, right?
Mm, mm, okay, pretty simple. Actually, I wake up, have a quick breakfast, usually coffee and toast. If I have time and go to university, after classes, I study for a while, do some assignments, and at night, if I have time, I watch science fiction series or play video games. On weekends, I try to make up for the lack of leisure during the week. Sometimes I go out with friends, and other times I stay home playing games or reading comics. Lately, I have been seeking exercise. I shall get back to it. How about yours, Cielo?
Mine is I bit more varied. I wake up, have breakfast, go to university, the after class, loosely go to the library to read or study. In the afternoon, summertime, I go for a ways around campus or have coffee with friends. I like to read in my homework all night and all and the weekend I usually go to museums or an exhibition or if I have the opportunity to a concert, I try to maintain a balance between students and my social life after some mental if difficulties. Carlos, for about you.
My routine is pretty monotonous. I admit. I wake up, ha- have breakfast, go to work, come home, have dinner, and watch TV before going to bed. It's a cycle that repeats day after day. Weekends are a little more interesting, but I generally don't do don't do anything of the ordinary. Sometimes I cook something more elaborate, listen to classical music, or read a book. Lately, I've been thinking about change jobs, something more simulating, but for now, I need the financial stability this one offers. What's the hardest part of your daily routine?
Without a doubt, studying engineering is very demanding career, and sometimes I find it hard to concentrate and keep up with everything. Also, the lack of time for the other things I enjoy, like watching movies or playing video games, creates a bit of stress. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed.
For me, the most complicated is managing time. Sometimes I feel overwhelming by the amount of things I have to do. But when students read it assignments, the my social life, I try to organize myself as best as possible with a hand that remains would sometimes I struggle to maintain balance.
For me, the hardest thing is the monotony. My work is quite repetitive, and that can get very boring over time. The lack of mental simulation affects me more than I thought. What do you do to relax after a long day of classes or work?
Um, well, I usually watch science fiction series or play video games. They help me disconnect from academic pressure and relax a little time. I also like to listen to music, especially indie music or rock music.
I write with odd parent thesis or activities that help me express myself and realize my creativity. I also like to hard golfing with friends at chats that hour later me current my meets.
I cook. It's therapeutic for me. Preparing a good dish, experimenting with flavors, allow me to disconnect from the stress of work. I also listen to classical music. I relaxes me a lot. What activities would you like to incorporate into your daily routines to improve your quality of life?
Um, Definitely more physical exercise. Um, I'd also like to learn to play the guitar, but I lack time and consistency. Also, I'd like to read more, but between class and studies is complicated.
And like to learn at never language, maybe friends of Italian. I'd also like to travel more, experience never culture at the landscape that it's like to be more consistent with my yoga practice.
I'd like to exercise more, eat healthier, and dedicate more time to my hobbies, like reading or watching movies. But the truth is, I find it hard being the time and energy. Maybe a cooking course